Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Video Game Collectors Podcast. I'm Matt Rose. With me is Josh Byerly.
Yeah. Hi.
a little burnt after just watching signatures all day. And special guest again, Dan Gomes.
Hey, thanks for having me again.
Yeah, welcome back. I was looking back on our views and just on kind of the interaction of some of the guests we've had, and you are one of the most highly watched, especially in the time frame. And people are always messaging.
You're the highlight, Dan. You're the highlight.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
I'm honored.
More so than Dennis, actually.
I didn't think people would care about modern and Xbox stuff, so that's kind of cool.
No, I've had a few people tell me literally they have watched your episode 7 or 8 times, just rolling back through because you gave so much great information that they just, they couldn't catch it all in one. And so
that's great. I love hearing that. And we have more stuff for them today. So
sweet. Excited. Glad to have you. So now at the end of last episode, I mean, we might as well just hop on into it. We were talking about specifically Modern Warfare variants. And you've come across some new information. And then, of course, I have a stack of them here that maybe I can quickly browse through. And
yeah. Well, if you guys remember, I had talked about the Activision part number that's on the back, and how you could use that to sort of identify what printing you might have. So I don't know if you can zoom in on your copy there.
Yeah, let me see what I can do here. No,
I know it's like tiny on there, so
where is it?
Over.
Towards the bottom, at the end of the paragraph, the
right
last
there,
paragraph.
above the warning.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah. Okay.
The 07 US.
Yeah. So if you look at the first 5 digits, that's the basically the product code. That should match the UPC product code.
Yep.
So 83749, I think it is.
Okay. Yep. Correct.
And 207, often there'll be like a period separating them, but the 207 is actually like the run. So typically for Activision, 207 would be second print.
Okay.
206 would be the first release, first print. And then obviously US is the region.
Okay.
Yeah. So up until recently, I had only seen 207 copies, right? And you have a 207 copy there.
Yep.
So
let me see if I have. That's a 207. I got a stack of about.
Yeah. Check your copies. I'm curious to know if you have a 206 in there, because they seem to be really hard to find. Sealed.
Oh, look at that! There you go.
Is this sealed?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, nice. Okay, perfect. Okay. So take a look at the, where this has like the system requirements on the back.
Sorry, I just bumped my camera. The system requirement. Let me look on the copy that's not that.
So if you look at your 206, if you look at the 206 copy that you have there, and then you see those little rectangles, the green and orange rectangles there that says,
one, like right here.
Yeah, exactly. You see the one that says system link 2 to 24.
Look at it up close. Oh man, am I getting that old? System link, 2 to 24, correct. Yeah, I see it.
Okay, so then look at your 207 copy, and what does it say?
There's a 207. That one's covered up. Here, let me grab a different one. 2 to 18.
Okay.
You can see it right there.
So 2 to 18, right? Those are different numbers.
Yeah.
And the reason is, the reason there exists a second print, a 207, is because the first printing, and I have one opened here, came with this little card.
Let me click on you. Let me get off mine. See if I can. Let's make you. I think I can. Cancel spotlight. Gosh, I'm still such a noob on this.
Oh, hi, Matt.
Spotlight. There we go.
There you are, Dan.
There. Okay.
There.
All right, we're good.
Yep.
So the first print comes with this little card that says, please note that certain packages of Modern Warfare 2 may have a printing error specifying support for 2 to 24 players using System Link. The correct number of players supported by System Link is in Modern Warfare 2 is 2 to 18 players. If you have any further questions, blah, 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 blah. So the first print has this card.
That is awesome.
And you can see on the back where they made a mistake on the System Link stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So I've been looking around, and the first print sealed seems to be pretty hard to find. I don't know. People who are watching this, if you have, like, look through your collection, if you have one, like, reach out to me. I don't want to buy it. I just want to know, like, how many are actually out there, because I know a lot of people are sitting on stuff. So it's like, if you have one, I'm just really curious. So
10 sitting
awesome.
there, so I got one.
So does the developer's copy or whatever that one is, does that have the 2 to 24 on the back as well?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Do you have yours handy, Matt? I don't.
I do actually. Oh, here's another 06 as well.
That's got like 5 06s without even knowing.
So I got to, this is how I got my Minecraft. It's called Dumb Luck. Here, let me grab
a second one. You have a second one, Matt?
Yeah, I'm going through them now.
We're gonna have to paper rock scissors for it.
All right, so go ahead and send it over to me.
No, Rochambeau.
Let's get into a video right now.
Internet Jenga. Yeah.
Here's the developer, right? Or wait, is this the one you wanted me to grab?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm curious, that one. I mean, it should have.
On the back.
That's 2 to 24, right?
2 to 24, correct? And but it is an 06.
Yeah, 206, right?
Yeah.
Rad.
So it's
That's
basically
really cool.
And that's the develop. Yeah. And I thank you for this too, by the way. This is from you, so yeah, thank you.
That's really a rad variant.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, it's crazy that I didn't know that until recently, to be honest.
There's so much that people just don't know, man.
Modern
still,
like
they don't pay attention to Silent Hill covers either, like Silent Hill 1.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. There's so much in modern that is just there's a lot of unknowns in modern. It's like the Wild West of print runs and variants still. So
sorry, I'm a little distracted with this whole. Okay, so now what's this? And this is actually good that I have one of these. This would be like what, a third print then? Because it's got the.
Is that that's 209, right?
Let's take a look. Yeah, because it's in a different. Yeah, it's 209, correct. So this is a third print.
So there's 206, which is the one we just talked about. 207, which is the corrected one. Yeah. There is a 208. 208 is the bestseller. It's got the black bestseller badge on top.
Oh.
So that would be third print, and then fourth print would be the one you just showed.
Oh, so wow, this is after the bestseller.
Correct.
That's weird.
It looks like a black label, right?
Yeah. This to me, I always thought that this would be like a first print, actually, which is.
No, that's the fourth right there.
Okay. I got one more to check, so I have 2 firsts, and then I have this sealed one, which is a second. So yeah. And the sad part is one of these first prints, I can hear it inside. The tabs are broken. The disc is rolling around.
That
so
sucks.
I'll take that one.
And it's cracked here. So it got damaged because I remember this. They shipped it to me in a bubble mailer.
I don't care. I'll take it. It's fine.
Josh will take that one. I'll take your other one.
Then you can go find another one, stupidly.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Now, what I really want to know about tonight, Dan, are Xbox 360 Connect game variants is what I want to learn about. So hopefully you can start educating us all.
How about you show me what you got?
I have no idea. No, I don't. I think the Connect library is very cool, but It's something I haven't even tackled.
Hey, there's that NBA. What is it? NBA Ballers that comes
Yeah,
with the basketball.
the Darren Williams, isn't that the guy? And it
Yeah,
came with an actual basketball.
yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. I
Get
should buy
that
one.
graded.
Yeah. No. I'm gonna take the ball out and play basketball. That's what I'm gonna do.
My mind is seriously blown right now on first, second, third. That is nuts.
It's always really cool when these variants exist on really monumental games, right?
Oh yeah.
It's like seeing a Contra for NES is cool, but pretty much what you see is what you get on the outside of a box. But when you can drill down and see what came first on a important game and actually how hard it is to get, because they screwed a printing up like this that they had to just go boom, we got to press another set to do this. We have to run the printer again.
And the interesting thing is that I don't know for sure is did they catch this error prior to distribution, or did copies go out there without this card in there, and then a month later they said, oh crap, we messed up, we got to start putting these cards in the copies that we're manufacturing. So are there first print copies that are so early that they don't have this card in there because they hadn't caught the error yet?
Yeah,
Oh.
that's a good question, Matt. Does yours rattle around like as a card inside?
Well, the one rattles no matter what. So we're not going to look at that.
Or can you actually see inside that case?
I'd have to. I'm old and blind, so I'd have to probably get better lighting, and I can't see there. But I guess I can look in this one. Man, that sounds so terrible. I can't physically see it, and it's hard to tell with chunks of plastic rolling around in it.
Well, regardless, 206 is what you want.
Here's a question for you, and I actually have it in the other room. I also bought a Modern Warfare 2 NFR, because those were the pack-ins.
Yeah.
Do we know the numbers on those?
Yeah, so it's 206. And that's because it's like I mentioned this before, but so Modern has, well, I mean, not just Modern, but like you can think of it as the not for resale being not for resale edition first print versus like Black Label first print, Black Label second print. They each have their own print runs, right? It would be kind of weird to say that the pack-in is some sort of sixth print out of all of the prints. It would just be too confusing. You don't know exactly where it lines up compared to the other print runs. Okay. It would just be too it'd be too confusing. So the way that I like to think of it is there is a Black Label first print, which is a 206. Mm-hmm. And then there's the not for resale 206, which is also a first printing, but it's the not for resale version.
Okay.
Or edition.
I think that's a nice way to look at it, not thinking it's in a chronological way, because as collectors of other systems, say like GameCube, people want to get the games that are the original ones, and then they'll buy the NFRs to complement them,
Right,
so,
right.
And they view them as their own thing, not like this came out later chronologically.
Yeah, exactly. So you're not for resale there, Matt, should say 206 on the back.
Okay. It's in the WADA grading pile, so I can grab it if we need to, but if you're pretty confident it's 206, then no need.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Well, if I look at it later and I notice anything, I'll shoot you a message.
Sounds good. Oh, if you can send me the serials on your 206s after the show, that'd be awesome.
Sure. I will set them aside so I remember to do that. Even the broken one?
Yeah.
Well, I can just almost shoot a video here too. I don't know.
Oh, it's privileged information, Matt. Come on.
Is it? Well, now it's public.
Oh my
goodness. I can't even see that. So.
Actually, Dan, you're gonna have to remember those numbers.
Yeah, this is
this is as good as it gets. You're gonna have to wait till Matt posts this in 2 days. You're gonna have to pause. And you're gonna have to write them down.
I'm sorry, but that's a reseal.
Oh,
no, I'm just kidding. No.
No, that's okay. This is the broken one. Damn it.
Dan, you have power. You know that, right? When you say that on these
yeah,
games,
I'm just like shit.
you're gonna just make people open up real games here pretty soon. Somebody's gonna piss you off one day, and you're gonna be like, you know what, motherfucker?
Did you get that, or do you need to see any more than that?
Just text.
Actually, I'll need more info. So
Okay.
just we'll just talk after, and then I'll ask you
Perfect.
for like a couple photos actually too.
Perfect. Yeah. Let me get off this. Sweet. Well, I'm glad I had that to help out then. Well, you had it anyway, but sweet.
So
Dumb luck.
you got the ammo case, huh?
I did, thanks to you. Let me grab that too.
Yeah, I like yours more than mine actually. It looks
It's beat up and rustic.
yeah, it looks more authentic.
I mean, it honestly looks like somebody seriously used this thing. There is rust, but on the inside, it's totally new and untouched.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I was pretty stoked, but now I have to try and find all the pieces for the inside, so that's not as exciting.
Yeah, that's the cool thing about press kits like that is that the people who put these together, they often just use off the street stuff, and they kind of just customize it to look, a certain way. So I'm assuming since our cases are so different, they just went to some military surplus store and picked up a few of these cases and then used whiteout or whatever that paint is to write Modern Warfare 2 on it.
Yeah.
And that was the press kit. I mean, they obviously threw in some other goodies, but yeah.
Did they just, I'm curious, is yours so complete that they like wrapped the t-shirt like around the game to protect it, or did they just kind of toss it all in there, or?
So the guy I got it from, he just had everything just tossed in there. He didn't know a whole lot about it. He didn't, I don't think he even knew it was from GameStop, but I didn't know it was from GameStop until I pulled everything out and I noticed that it had GameStop logos on the shirt and on the little scratch cards and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know if any other retailers got them. Given that it's got GameStop logos, they might have been other variants for other retailers. I don't know.
And I guess, of course, I'm thinking from like a collector standpoint where I was like, I wouldn't want anything scratched, but what do they care if they just toss it in the tin and here you go.
Right.
Yeah.
What I want to know is, did they include more than one case with each launch kit? Because typically these launch kits, right, they include like a few lanyards, a few shirts for the employees, some pens, stickers that that you can hand out to your employees, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Did they have 4 or 5 of these cases in these ammo boxes? It's hard to say because I don't even know if mine's complete. Mine just has one of every item. Actually, there's 2 scratch cards in mine. But for the most part, there's just one of every item. So, it's going to be hard to really track one down. I'm assuming they were never sealed or anything. So, who's to know that the items weren't taken out or whatever.
Yeah. No, either way, that's super sweet. Huh.
Yeah.
Well, part of the fun is learning and finding out, and then sometimes 10 years later, realizing that there was something you didn't know. But,
yeah, realizing you have something just hanging out on your shelf that is really a great item.
Yeah.
So.
That's always cool.
Yeah, well, you lucked out on that one, on the case.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, well, it was honestly thanks to you. Because I saw yours and I was like, oh crap, I need to try and find this. And I was just expecting to wait years and years and then just dumped into one. So
nice. Did you have a save search for like Modern Warfare ammo case or something like that?
I think it was honestly like a generic Modern Warfare 2 search, and Eric is motivating me to be do a lot more searching because he is a search machine. So I think I just did a lot of searching and dumped into it.
Nice. Yeah, every now and then you run into people that they see shit, and I'm like, where do you have time in the day? I look at eBay all the time. Like, you're just on here 24/7, and you're like, oh, here's a great item on Etsy. I'm like, you're looking on Etsy often. I love it.
Yeah.
I wish I had the time to look at all these platforms, especially Goodwill. I feel like I missed so many good deals on Goodwill's online auction site.
Yeah, I always forget about Goodwill, and then there's always good shit if you just dig.
Especially out of Seattle, like there's so many prototypes that get listed and stuff. And, yeah.
Oh,
Can you imagine taking a prototype to Goodwill? Like you have a prototype of a game, like, Goodwill.
Yeah. Hardware. There's a lot of prototype hardware that comes out of there. It's crazy.
Man.
Because I mean, that's a headquarters. I mean, headquarters is nearby, so makes sense.
yeah. I mean, that was the thing when Seattle Goodwill would list on eBay. I think they do their own shop Goodwill now, though, too. But you would always find NES prototypes in their lots. Like every couple months, there'd be an NES prototype hanging out in a lot on Shop Goodwill, Seattle, or Seattle Goodwill. So
that's crazy.
I'm not surprised.
But that was years ago.
I mean, still today, like Dan's saying, for Microsoft shit. So
yeah, for sure.
So you got something about Guitar Hero?
Yeah.
You got Guitar
Hero. Yeah, I do.
I'm curious. I want to know more. Let's put it on record, recorded. Tell people what they want to know.
You guys are getting exclusive info here, guys.
This is fantastic.
And our 5 viewers really appreciate this.
Share it with the world. Put it out now so you can say you were the one.
I'm trying to be more active on my modern database account, so I'll probably post it there. Too.
Yeah, post it there, and then Matt will put the video out.
Sweet.
Okay.
Because this is cool. I want to know.
So, Guitar Hero, they both look like just black label, whatever. So one of these was published by Activision, and it's really hard to tell.
Here, let me actually make you a spotlight video here so I can. Perfect.
It's hard to tell because the backs look identical, and so does the fronts. These aren't sealed. I actually prefer to have them complete so I can show you guys something really neat that's inside. But as we discussed before about Activision part numbers, one of these has an Activision part number on the back, and you can hardly tell. Let me see if I can get close enough. You see?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Part number right there.
206 US.
Just off to the corner of harmonics.
The other one does not have it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I'm the Activision published one would be like the second printing. And how I came to that conclusion was that every game after this was published by Activision. And I'm assuming that maybe Harmonix maybe had their own like in-house publishing, or maybe they had used another publishing company. Or it could just be that Activision published this, but they forgot to add the publishing info on it. And then they made a second print that had the publishing information on there, the Activision part number and stuff like that. So the one that doesn't have the Activision part number would be the first print. The one with the Activision part number is the second print.
And is it? Oh, go ahead.
Oh, there's another reason why I think that's the case, but go ahead. You were saying something.
I was just going to ask, since that has like a 206, is there like a 207 or a 208?
Not that I've seen.
Okay, so just a 206,
right?
And then a non.
Right.
Well, what about the ones that aren't there NFR? Well, those would be 206 then, right?
NFR would be 206. I can't remember off the top of my head if there's a greatest hits of this. Do you know?
There is. I believe.
Okay, so that would
Yes.
be probably I think that would be 207 then.
Okay.
Okay.
But I gotta double check on that. Okay, so a neat thing about these is these actually have differences in the manual. So right off the bat, it looks like the manuals are the same, right?
Yep.
But if you look on the back, the Activision one again has
a
the
part number.
Activision part number on the back.
Ah, and that one
Okay.
doesn't.
Another cool thing is on the inside of these manuals, there's these like illustrations with these lyrics from the songs that are in the game.
Huh?
Okay, so you see that there's
Yeah.
a drawing, and then there's like lyrics written there. Well, the Activision one, the second print, let me show you. Where is it?
So your purple marker at the top.
Yeah, that's something else I want to show you, but I'm trying to get to the same page. Okay. Here's the Activision one. It's got
No
the drawing,
lyrics.
but no lyrics.
my
Oh.
God. Yo, you got the stadium events of PS2 right there. Man.
Okay. So I'll show you something else, and that's for every page that has lyrics on it. The lyrics are gone in all of the Activision ones for some reason. They just said we don't want the lyrics written in the manual.
Huh.
There's several pages where there's like a little drawing, and right next to it there's a part of the song lyric. In the Activision one, the second print, they just deleted that information.
Did it have to do with copyright laws? Like, actually, we can't put this in a manual?
It's totally possible.
Yeah.
And here's something funny that I found. Let me get to the right page here. Okay, so there's that one,
Mm-hmm.
and you see the lyrics there.
Victims from the dread. Victims of the dread, running as long as they can. Iron Man.
Is that Iron Man?
Mhm.
I don't know. So, if you do, okay, do you see the V in victim?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you see how it's kind of double layered? There's like it's kind of written in there twice.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, yeah.
Well, you remember how I said that they removed the lyrics in the Activision one?
Yep.
Well, they did, but they forgot to remove one of the V's.
One of the layers.
Yeah. So it's
Funny.
layered.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
That is bizarre. What the
So
hell?
I don't know. I thought that was really weird. It's just funny that they forgot like one of the layers and one of the letters.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
awesome.
Yeah. So anyway, that's
turn that layer off.
you can find that in all the pages that have lyrics. It's just funny.
Huh. That's really cool. So Activision sees this game and they're like, we're buying the rights to this and just going to turn into an Activision game essentially. And Red Octane's like, okay, so Red Octane. So that's like stadium events with world-class track meet, kind of, you know.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't know how.
I don't know what the
really
deal
are.
is with the lyrics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really neat. That's a really, really cool variant. It makes me wish I would have bought that one on Heritage tonight even more.
It had the no code on the back.
Mm-hmm.
And I think one before that had just sold too. That was a
Had
second.
it, yeah.
Yeah.
And they've been selling for a bit,
So,
but
yeah, they have. It's a good game.
so I know the history of Guitar Hero a little bit. Did these came out without a guitar, right? The first releases of Guitar Hero did not include a guitar.
I think so. I'm not 100% on that though.
Okay, but you could play it with your controller. You didn't have to have a guitar.
Yeah,
Right.
I think so.
And then
I
you
believe
could buy
so.
the guitar, but then they're like, no, we got to package these together.
Right.
Hmm.
Yeah, I haven't seen. I know that the Activision copies are a little more common.
Mm-hmm.
sealed. So I think it's the first print non-Activision ones are harder to find.
Yeah, I bought a Activision one that had a Fred Meyer sticker on it, a $49.99 price sticker on the front from Fred Meyer,
Nice.
and
Those
so they were sold individually, I guess, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
On a side note, how do I say this without revealing the game? I know you were interested in a game tonight on one specifically on signatures. Did you end up getting that? I don't want to bring it up. Okay.
No.
Okay, I'm gonna leave it alone then. All right. Just curious.
Congrats to whoever got it though. I'm happy that game is getting some love.
Yeah.
I'm happy that modern games are getting love as they deserve it. So yeah, it's whatever. Yeah, I'll find one.
I was hoping to celebrate with you, but only if you actually got it. So now I'm gonna just
I was in the like I said, I was kind of in the process of trying to get that Halo Black Label and Halo Not for Resale, like as all of these auctions were happening. So I was like holding off on that. I was actually going to bid on the Max rifle as well, and I didn't bid on that because I thought I was getting the Halos. So it was like a big mess, and it didn't end up working out. But it's whatever. It happens.
So now, I mean, maybe somebody's listening, but you have a bounty on those, correct? If maybe somebody doesn't know, I mean, you can throw that out here.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's pretty much irrelevant at this point because I think the price kind of, well, not really. I'm looking for raw copies of Halo Black Label and Halo Not for Resale. The last offer that I had made for a Black Label was 2,000 raw, and for Not for Resale was 8,000. Again, that's raw, not graded. And that is based on the previous two sales. Obviously, it's hard to get a value on one sale, but the last two, for a raw not for resale was 5.5K.
Yep.
For that one that had the signature on it. I don't know
Yeah,
if you remember that one.
What was the guy's name? He's one of the developers for.
I forget his name. Yeah. I don't know. I think maybe it sold a little cheap. I don't know if people were turned off by the signature.
It did. It sold cheap.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to gauge what grade that would have gotten.
Yeah.
With all raw, like you think it looks good, and then you find out that you missed something. So
plus he had his signature on the front, so it was like I no offense to the guy at all. I wouldn't have wanted that on that game personally.
For sure. I would have removed it as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, if anybody out there has a raw copy they want to sell, then hit me up.
Sweet. What else would you guys like to talk about? Or would you like to?
Let's go over some auctions, man. I don't know.
All right.
I'm looking at them right now.
It was a crazy day. Let me get something open here. For those who are watching, signatures just ended. We just were doing a clubhouse. Anybody watching that wants to follow future auctions, clubhouse is a lot of fun. There's a lot of knowledge being tossed around. A lot of great guys in there.
Yes, it's now available on Android, so you do not have to have an iPhone to do it. Yep.
All right.
So Robin joined today. Brian Vicente got on there today. I think a few other Android folks were there as well, but it was good. We had a lot of people in there today, off and on. So I was in there, I think, the whole time. I think you were too, Matt.
Yeah. But never left.
Then, people would come and go, and then be like, "You guys are still doing this?" And yeah, it was literally an all-day event.
Hey, Josh, do you have one of these?
Sure do. A security label, man.
So I found out that there's a second print of this.
Really?
Yeah.
Tell me more.
So the first print has Dr. Wily on the front cover. The second print has a logo that replaces his image there, and it says like 10 games in one or something like that.
Hold on.
And it's also the same for GameCube.
Dan, I don't like you right now.
I don't like how they have these different categories. There's that Guitar Hero.
All right. PS2.
What you got?
Achieved too.
You probably have the first print.
Sure shit better. Do you have one of these?
I don't.
These are tough as shit to get. This is like May 2005.
I'll take it.
No, you won't. Oh, man. Okay. Yeah, so Matt, start going through those auctions. Get them up.
I'm sorry. I'm working on pulling them up right now. I'm just...
Yeah, on the landing page, go to completed auctions.
Doing it. It's just I had it typed in as WADA, and then... Give me 1 second. I'm learning this. I have most recent sales.
Yeah.
View past sale prices. I don't know why it says 1,200 available.
The Mega Man X collection. Where's my Mega Man version? It's in here somewhere.
Bidding is closed on all these. It's not really showing the prices unless I click back on them, which kind of sucks.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Maybe it is.
Oh, nice. You do have it.
So there's security without the dude on there?
No. The ones that don't have him on it don't have a security.
Okay, so I'm good.
Yeah.
I did know that, actually. I was thinking that there was a security strip one that said 10 games.
Oh, okay.
So.
Yeah. Do you have the GameCube is the same, but instead of the 10 games in one, like the logo is different on that one, but there is a second print on GameCube as well.
Uh-huh.
All right, Josh, you want to hop into
We're going to go through some modern stuff, right?
on Heritage?
I didn't get to really see all of the auctions that ended for modern, so
Perfect.
it'd be kind of cool to check them out.
Let me shrink this up so we don't show our faces constantly. All right, Josh, you're gonna have to walk me through searching through this because it's kind of a pain, honestly.
Let me set this down.
I got as far as getting into signatures, past sales, most recent, and then I guess I can search from there.
Can you click on the...
Hey, Matt, okay, go to the homepage real quick. I'll show you how to get here real quick. Okay, scroll down. Okay, see where it says closed auctions? There's open auctions and closed.
Yep.
Hit the Heritage closed one there.
This one?
Oh, there it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, scroll down. We're going to do modern, right? Highlight Xbox on the side there. Go up. You can, there's categories. There's Xbox.
Do PlayStation 2 as well.
Yeah.
You want me to do both at the same time?
I think you can. I don't know.
I guess it's...
Oh, no.
No, it's only letting me do one.
Oh,
so
we can do these ones. Look at that.
Yeah, I'll scroll back.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't realize how much that went for. Okay.
This is kind of a fun way to sort. We can just see what we're looking at.
Sure.
Did the Xbox version of Futurama sell for more than the PS2 one?
Sure. I think it did, actually.
Let me see if I can do both at once. Now it's only letting me do one. So 5,000. So yeah, it did.
6,000. Yep.
Because Xbox is harder, isn't it?
It is. It was harder around 2010 to find an Xbox one than a PS2 one. I remember searching out the sealed copy I had around then, and it was not easy to do. So I sold that one. It was the same grade in 2019 for $680 on Amazon.
Because that was your brother-in-law's, right?
Yeah. And he was buying a car from me. He's like, "Oh, we'll just minus it off the car." I was like, "Okay, cool."
Oh,
so
wow.
Yeah, it was his.
$600.
$680.
So this is 10x.
Yep.
Essentially.
But that was one of the first Xbox games, other than your Halo, Matt, your NFR Halo.
Yeah.
And that they auctioned, and I think everybody was like, "Whoa, $600 for a sealed Xbox game?" They were kind of losing it. I was like, "Well, it's really hard to find." So.
Yeah, I'm glad it's getting some love. It is definitely. I can definitely vouch for it being a little harder to find than the PS2 version.
Mm-hmm.
There aren't any additional print runs of this that I know of. There is in the UK, in the PAL territory. There's actually a second printing that's really rare. It's got a purple cover instead of the blue that you see there in the background. There's a purple background of it for PAL.
That's really cool. I know that this is a lost episode, right? This game, essentially.
Yeah. From what I understand, I haven't.
But then they re-released the lost episode. So before the lost episode was out, you had to buy this game, and it was the lost episode or whatever. But then they put it on DVD. So it's cool. That's awesome. Rad. I did not think it would go for $6,000. It's a file copy from Bill Morrison.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, we really have some monster. Considering how many, there's only 5 Xbox. There's the lowest the lowest Xbox game is $1,400.
This is session 1, Matt. So
wow.
Or session 1 and 2, not the internet sessions. These were the floor sessions that are here. This
is so Morrowind. Again, no additional print runs of this that I know of. I've been tracking them. This is awesome. This is an absolute awesome game. Glad it's getting some love there.
Insane grade.
There is a Game of the Year one that, right?
Yeah, there's a Game of the Year. There's a few different variants of it, but as far as like a black label one, there aren't any additional prints. Yeah,
and they are not easy to find. I can vouch for that much.
Yep,
I've been looking, and they're just not out there. Again,
well, this was essentially a PC game first, and so this was the first foray into console gaming.
This was like one of the first games that I literally, stayed up for days playing. Like literally days just playing this thing because it was just so. I didn't play it on PC. I was introduced to this on Xbox.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were actually.
Yeah,
my best friend, and growing up, I went over to his house. He got it right when we were getting out of high school, and he was literally playing it for like 2 days straight. I was like, and I'm like, oh, let's hang out and play video games, and he's playing Morrowind. I'm like, fuck this. I'm not gonna sit here and watch you play this game.
Oh, for sure. I remember playing this like, throughout the day, and then all of a sudden it's like 10 o'clock, and then it's like midnight, and then you just lose track of time, and it takes so long to do anything in that game just because you're having to walk and travel so much and do the quest that like, all of a sudden you look outside and you can see the sun start to rise, and you're like, holy shit, I just stayed up all night playing this thing. It's a great game.
Those are the memories, though, man.
Yeah.
You remember stuff like that.
For sure.
And why these games made you do it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. $5,000.
Wow.
Are you guys surprised? I'm not surprised.
Yes and no.
Yeah. Now,
I think it deserves the love, but yeah, I don't know. I guess I wasn't expecting 5. I don't know.
I'm not seeing any of these games in this $5,000 range just blow my mind. Oblivion, this is 360.
That's the T rating first print.
Mm-hmm. I think I was possibly the underbidder on this because of the variant, and I was like, I want this, but I did not go as hard on it. So,
and then
yeah, tell us about the AO rating sticker on this guy.
Oh man, 12K or almost 12K. That's
Is that
crazy.
why this popped off for 12 grand?
I don't know. I mean, maybe I don't know if enough people know about it, but there are copies out there that have that AO sticker on it. Not a whole lot of copies got that sticker. If you see copies out there, they'll be complete. It's very hard to find them sealed with the sticker on it.
Is the sticker under the seal?
It's sometimes it's under, sometimes it's over. So depending on where the sticker was applied, if the sticker was applied in manufacturing, it's under. If it was applied at a retail store, it's over. I would assume, is this one over?
I think it is.
I can try and zoom in, and
it makes sense that it would be over because it's misplaced.
I could see places like GameStop who have their games all open going around and slapping them on the actual game.
I actually talked to an employee former employee that had to do that. So this sticker should actually be on the back. This is the rear label. So this is like a mislabel, I guess you can say. It's like an error.
It does look over from my point of view.
Because they also made other stickers that were just the rating label, right? Like
there's a front label and there's a back label. This is the back label. So it's got two back labels.
That's cool. It's a super special variant then.
Yeah, it's got two. They wanted extra.
Now, when did they release this, the Xbox San Andreas?
I don't know the exact release date. I don't know if it came out.
It would have had to have been right when the whole hot coffee catastrophe was happening, because Rockstar was like, no, somebody did this online. This isn't legit. And so there was like this period of time from like, I want to say it was June or maybe, like June of the year 2005, I think. June of 2005. And then there was like a full month where it was just kind of in limbo. It was out, the story was out, and there was no ruling from the ESRB or I think anybody saying that, yeah, we need to make this AO. And then it came out, like the people who like showed the exploits of the game, Rockstar came out and was like, no, somebody hacked this and did this. And then the people like, no, this is in your game and here's why. And then it was like, boom, AO game automatically.
Right.
These copies have to go. Or you put an AO sticker on it.
Can you explain the hot coffee? Because I'm actually a little bit ignorant to this. I just keep hearing people say hot coffee, and I'm like, what are you talking about?
It was mostly for the PC version, if I'm not mistaken. But it was found within the code of all the console ones. It's a cheat code where you can have sex with a prostitute and like do controls to do different things. Yeah.
And so the hot coffee is like the code or something?
I'm not exactly sure. Dan,
so
maybe
just to be clear, they all, whether they have the AO sticker or not, they all have that. It's just that a little bit later down the road, they started applying these stickers because of that whole controversy. So there are sealed copies out there that don't have the AO sticker that are still technically the hot coffee copies, right? A little bit later on, they released a second print and actually says second edition, I guess.
Was it the platinum one?
No, there's actually one that looks just like that, and at the bottom there, where that at the bottom of the label, it says second edition on it.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It says like right here, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
so that's the fixed one.
Okay.
I didn't know that.
Well, they removed it in the Greatest Hits PS2 version because by the time the PS2 version had been out, they did some no security strip ones without the AO sticker. And then Greatest Hits came out, I want to say, in September. So they essentially left them on the shelf. From the ones that got left on the shelf were from July until September, and those got stickers for the PS2 ones. But so there's a small era during June where they printed these games. They didn't apply security labels on them, and they are essentially like God of War, where there's a security label and not a security label. But if you can find one without a security label, without a sticker, it's really a small window that would actually have been on the shelf, sealed.
Right.
So it's really strange to think about, and it's non-security. I think my friend Peter has one. Actually, we were kind of trying to pinpoint it because he got it in a huge PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 collection, and he's like, "Is this a resale?" I'm like, "I don't think it is," because the guy had a bunch of other stuff that was just perfect, brand new stuff.
So here's an interesting question as I'm thinking about it, because I know this relates to some NES stuff. Would there be more prints of this with the hot coffee in it, or which would be less printed, or the second edition where they corrected it? Would they have printed less of those, or do we have any idea at all?
When did this come out, Xbox?
If I had to guess, I think there would be less second editions because soon after they released the Platinum Hits.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, but who didn't open this game, right? I mean,
yeah,
I'm not going to say they're crazy rare, but like
they're
hard to find with the sticker for sure.
Yeah. Now this is definitely the San Andreas I played was on Xbox.
Crazy. And so 96A Plus is pulling 11,400 with an AO sticker.
Yeah, the sticker's neat.
Because when you want to play hot coffee. You don't want you don't want to play the adjusted. I guess our last Xbox game probably doesn't
count as an Xbox game anymore.
Well, it maybe saddens some people.
There's no chance I'm getting a raw copy.
Just might have hurt that a little bit, but I don't, it makes me want to throw up a little bit too, because not even but a year ago, I sold a 9.4A for $1,800. So it's like, okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I mean, you could probably still luck out. I mean, Eric got his, right? I mean,
yeah,
it's very, very rare that you get a chance like that, but I mean, I guess it's still possible.
I think more often with modern, you get chances to luck out on stuff than you do with other things. But then some stuff just doesn't show up like this. It just doesn't show up.
Yeah, it's very rare. I mean, it'd be, I've got saved searches. I check all the time, and this stuff is just not out there. So
dried up. For anybody listening, this is a 9.6A Halo Combat Evolved Black Label Xbox, sold for with including hammer price $31,200
with the BP.
Yeah. With the BP, yes.
Yeah, $31,200. Hot dog.
I mean,
there was a 9.8 that sold recently too, right? For
9.8A plus. We were watching it. 9.8A++, because one of the Clubhouse, I don't just want to throw his name out there because it's not necessarily public, but was an underbidder on it, and he finally gave up. It was a 9.8A++, and I was losing my crap because I was underbidder a long ways back, but I knew that grade, I didn't even know that would ever come about or exist. Same as this, just a 9.8A++, and it went for $27,500 or something right in there. So this technically outsold that one, but man, I don't know that you're going to see another 9.8A++ Halo Black Label. That's insanity.
Yeah,
that is nuts.
That is crazy, and the underbidder knew that, and he was kind of kicking himself today when he was talking in Clubhouse.
Is that a Y-fold seal? It is, right?
It kind of sucks because we only get the front and back view, but
Yeah, this is a wife one. Look.
Pretty sure. Actually, I guess if we look at the back, it should say on here, correct?
Yeah, it kind of does look like it now that I'm looking at it now.
Yeah, why same. Yeah.
I wish they would change it and say overwrap.
Yeah, these
That's
did
like the
come in
technical-
shrink, by the way.
What's that?
These did come in shrink,
Yeah.
by the way.
Are
Little
they
bit
earlier?
towards the end, like there was like these late production copies that they're still like black label, but they were released or they were packaged right before the first print game of the year, and they were there was like a little batch of them that were made with shrink or packaged with shrink.
That's cool. Yeah. So I don't know how.
Apparently, I bet $2,700. Anyway, sorry.
It was a valiant effort, man.
Yeah, well, I gave it a shot.
Oh man, I'm not sure. We're looking at session 1 and 2 apparently right now. Not the internet session. I don't know if there's a way to do that.
I don't. But let's. What do you want to search next? Do you want to go into PlayStation? Keep it relevant.
Sure. Let's go into this. We'll go through some of these. I'm admittedly very tired right now.
Well,
Sorry.
yeah, we just spent 7.5 hours today.
I'm there all day. I'm just like drained. But this is good to refresh. So yeah, we got a Futurama, the
94A.
Bill Morrison copy, yes, 94A. Sold for $5,040. Is this even real? Is this shit even real? Jesus, man, it must be fake.
Just kidding. It must have been a show bid. It's not real. Yeah, it's a fake bid, and people in China are starving.
Yep.
Yeah, those are the two hot topics right now.
People in China are starving, actually.
But have they played Futurama?
Probably not.
That was the anyway. Sorry.
Oh,
it's a bad joke.
Futurama. Yeah. $5,000.
Yeah.
Dan, what are your thoughts?
It is what it is.
It's what it is. You'd rather have the Xbox version like that.
I mean, I'll take either one. I mean,
yeah,
I don't know. The 9.6 is a little nicer though.
Yeah. So these are cool games because yes, they didn't get second prints of them at all.
Right.
So yeah, 2003. You see what you get here. All right. Do we really want to talk about PlayStation 1 or just?
We can probably skip that. That's all for beyond PS1, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Well, we do.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, there we go.
So, yeah, God of War kind of made a little bit of a comeback here, I suppose.
Don't call it a comeback.
Because it went up, originally, what was it? These were selling for what, 10, 11, 12, and then they went down to like 6, 7, 8. And I'm talking specifically 988 plus pluses. And now it's looks like 16.8. Am I wrong in this?
No, I think you're right.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think they've kind of been all over the place.
Because the 10 shocked
no security
people.
security label. What's the proper term, Dan? I'm calling them security labels.
I that's the lazy way that I say it. I just say security labels. It's easier to say.
What are they?
Security,
Sony UPC strips?
Security strips, whatever. I mean, on Xbox, the technical name for them is certificate of authenticity because it is a certificate. There's very little security features about it, really. It's mainly a sticker as a certificate of authenticity. So if you look at the bottom
COA,
of them, yeah,
right?
They say COA. I mean, it's yeah, I guess it's different technically for PlayStation. I don't know if you'd call it a certificate.
Yeah.
Really.
Howtotell.com. Dan.
Yeah.
That's what it says on Xbox.
Howtotell.com, and when you click on it, it calls it a certificate.
Certificate of authenticity.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So God of War, these are weird because, okay, this, I guess you would consider the first print because it's got the security label and it's the no shadow or cloudy text one, right?
Mm-hmm.
This one also doesn't have the Dolby Digital thing,
right.
Logo.
Yep.
But there's also a version, a release that is the same cover, but it doesn't have a security strip, right? So that would be, now we're getting into a debate as to whether packaging differences count as print runs. And I would say, I kind of want to get your take on it, but I would say that it depends. It's not so black and white. It's kind of a gray area there.
I would say they help define when a game was printed, but I would say they are not part of a print run because we don't know what sort of machine went down what day when they were doing packaging.
Yeah, I guess you could think of it that way. I think it's on a case by case basis though. And the reason I say that is because going back to Xbox Halo 2, and I think I may have mentioned this before, that they kept each cover on the back has a date code. They used the same cover with the same date code from launch all the way until 2008. So a 4-year span, they use the same date code, even though there were release print runs in between that time, right? And the reason I know that there were different releases or print runs of Halo 2 is because of the packaging differences. You have your Xbox Live stickers. The Xbox Live stickers have expiration dates on them. After the expiration date, they stopped applying the Xbox Live sticker. Then the case changed. There are case variants where I can, define where a case began. They started using a specific case. So there, you technically you can say, well, the cover has a date code of 2004. So this copy that came out in 2007 is also a first print because it's got the same cover. But in reality, it is a different print run because we can show that these packaging differences show that it came out later or was printed later. It gets complicated.
No, yeah, that's why I think yes, a case by case basis, and it defines when a game was released.
Right.
Essentially.
So, are there any differences on the back here between like the
over down by the DVD? It should the other release that we were talking about where it says no Dolby. I believe that's where it's located.
Right here.
It'll say Dolby Pro audio sound or some whatever bullshit that is.
Okay.
So it's just one of those things where, like, do you consider this cover no Dolby without a security strip a second print
or a first?
Or no, that definitely wouldn't be a first because this is the first. If it's if it doesn't have the surround sound or the Dolby logo and it has a security strip, that's definitely the first.
Okay.
The only one in question is if it doesn't have a Dolby logo and it doesn't have a security strip, would that be considered a second print? Because there is an updated cover where they added the Dolby logo. And if you look around, actually the easiest way to tell on these is on where it says in the text of God of War, in the second revision of the cover, the text has on the front, text has this cloudy like effect to it, like just around all the letters of God of War. So this one you can tell there's no effect, like a special effect on or design on the cover on the text.
Okay.
If you look up just any God of War copy on eBay, you'll see that.
It's pretty identifiable when you see it and you pull them next to each other.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is there's a release without the Dolby, without a security strip.
Right. So
they all came from.
Is that just a first
Media
print?
Technologies, right? Or Media.
Yeah. So would that be just a first print without a security strip, or is that a second print?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Because then the other one would be a third print if
there's a security strip with the
So the cloudiness around this would be a later print. Is that what you were saying?
Yeah, that's where they actually changed the cover of.
Wow.
No, it's got a security strip at the top, so everyone is a first print,
Oh,
right? No,
okay.
I'm just
Well,
kidding.
I like.
No, that's bullshit. Security Weifeld means first.
Well, if for nothing
Yeah.
else, it's good to chat about it and get people more informed so that they can, kind of make their own decision.
I think that anything when it's a packaging consumable piece of plastic or whatever that literally is garbage. It's meant for security purposes, for loss prevention. European games for years did not come sealed, ever. And in the United States, it was a loss prevention thing, putting games in seals. In the US, we got sticker seals on video games. They had to do away with it. They had to start shrink wrapping them. So with NES, so this is strictly consumable packaging is loss prevention, garbage bullshit. So we're paying for packaging that goes around games that is essentially, I love nice, clean, mint plastic as much as the next person, but at the end of the day, it is garbage. And it was never meant to define how a game was printed. It's just that we can help come to those conclusions ourselves, what is first and what is not. But essentially, it's garbage. You're meant to throw it away. You're meant to open it and put it in the garbage.
They didn't make it easy for us most of the time. So
no,
because they didn't care. They don't care whether it's what printing it is, and
there's always going to be debates about this stuff.
Yeah.
Until you get it from the controller directly at Sony, who was making the purchases on this time frame. These were the goods we bought. This was the mill thickness of the overwrap plastic we were buying today. And this is what was ran on God of War. Nobody's going to know definitively what they are.
Yeah. And realistically, you're probably never going to get that information because it
doesn't exist.
Yeah. Because not only is it, 20 years old now or whatever, but the companies who package these games, they also package a ton of other shit, DVDs. They're not just making packaging PS2 and Xbox and GameCube and Wii. They were running machines packaging CDs and DVDs and shit.
Sony disc manufacturing was doing their own stuff.
They were doing their own, yeah. But not for not
they
Nintendo.
Were doing other people's shit for a long time too.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they were Sony and they were making discs for Sega CD. They were doing all sorts of different discs. So
for sure.
And that can lead to a whole debate about where the PS1 long box jewel cases versus Ridge versus cardboard. Where do those come from? What is first? What is second? What is third on that? And it's a matter of where they were made in the country.
Yeah, for sure.
But anyway, back to
where they were made, it makes a big difference for sure.
Well, okay, sorry.
Silent Hill 2.
No, this is great. Yeah,
I got one of these.
Let's hop into Silent Hill 2.
Sorry, Dan. I hate packaging on video games.
98A plus Silent Hill 2, $5,760 with BP. Boom.
Should have went
about one of these raw for $200 on eBay, and I got a 98A plus.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm happy.
This game's great. Have you guys played this?
No.
God, this is amazing.
Yeah, you're missing out. Even today, it holds up. It's amazing. No other horror game matches up to this. A lot of different horror games have tried to kind of mimic this, and this is just a great game.
Silent Hill 2 stands alone as possibly the best Silent Hill.
For sure.
It is fantastic. And it was always hard to find sealed. Always a hard one to get sealed.
For sure. It's actually this is the first game to use the S-Force 3D audio library that Sony made. So if you look at the back cover, if you zoom in next to the Konami logo, you see the S-Force logo.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah, so this was their debut game for S-Force, and it's basically virtual surround sound. You know how in certain games you can tell where your enemies are depending on how they set up the speak. Like you can tell if the enemy's coming from the left or from above you or from the right. It's sort of like this virtual surround sound that gets built into the game. So it's like a 3D library, audio library that they used. And I believe they still use it today. It didn't get used a whole lot in the beginning. There aren't a whole lot of PS2 games that have this. But it was pretty revolutionary. I mean, it's a great game. I remember playing this and just, it's great.
Yeah, I've never personally played it, but
it's no Call of the Cthulhu though. I'll tell you that.
I've actually never played that.
Yeah, you'd like it a lot.
I've been meaning to pick it up.
Yeah, they're still pretty cheap, sealed.
So, nice. How do we feel about this price though? I mean, because we always like to do this, look at the price and think about, how do you feel about that, Josh? Because I know nothing about this game anyway.
I see a game like God of War, which is good.
Yeah.
People love God of War. I'm not on that train. It's fine. I know what it is. It's perfect, right? It's fantastic.
Yep.
I see that go for, what did that go for? 16 grand?
16. Yeah.
Great. Granted, you're missing one plus on this plastic because somebody ran their fingernails over it, but it's this is by far harder to find sealed in a better video game. So I think that this should be in that same echelon as a God of War, honestly.
Yeah, so, I think people are sleeping on this one, to be honest.
I do too.
Yeah.
One thing, there's a strange effect that happens when you see, sure, you might see a couple of these come out all at once because everybody got their Silent Hill 2s back because one sold really well, right? Yeah. So everybody's like, the 5 people that have them, send them in and grade them. And then there's 2 9.6s and 3 9.8s. And then everybody's like, whoa, I can get one of these. I don't want one. I don't want to pay $5 grand for one right now. But then there's none.
Yeah. So, it's happened to me on plenty of games. Trust me.
This is one of those games. There's a preconceived notion that it is a common game, I feel like, which is not true at all.
The greatest hits, there was someone who did like a study, I guess you can call it, of all the different versions to see what version of Silent Hill 2 was like the best version in terms of graphics, sound quality, and all that. And you would think, oh, maybe the Xbox version is probably like graphically better and stuff like that. But it turns out that the greatest hits version on PS2 is like the optimal version that you can get because they fixed a lot of the issues that were happening in the Black Label one. Not that anybody cares about greatest hits, but it's like if you want to play a version of Silent Hill 2, like that's the one to play.
Isn't Silent Hill 3 doesn't have the greatest hits Silent Hill 3? Isn't there added parts to that game if you get the greatest hits version?
I don't know. I know that there's extra Silent Hill 2 or Silent Hill 3?
Is that Silent Hill? Is that Silent Hill 2?
I don't. Yeah, Silent Hill.
I thought it was Silent Hill 3 that they added.
So Silent Hill 2 on Xbox, I know has added content.
Yeah, I think Silent Hill 3 Greatest Hits has added content for PS2.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and so everybody wanted the Greatest Hits version was selling for more than the normal version for a long time because it was more of a video game. More of the game or something. I don't know exactly. I didn't get too into Silent Hill 3. I know it does well. It just doesn't hold up to this at all.
Oh.
Okay. Those are fun.
Yeah.
I like Silent Hill 2.
Yeah, for sure.
Dan, I'm glad you like Silent Hill 2. Silent Hill 1. Let's not be confused. That game sucks.
Was there anything else that you guys felt you wanted to touch on at all in this auction? Anything at all?
Oh, sure.
I mean, it's up to you guys.
I don't know how we can get to this. Is the video game signature. This is not the internet session, so we can't see the rest of the stuff. There's
it kind of sucks because it's only given us 380 of the 400 and some odd sold. I think the others are like, I don't know.
Oh, click on the bid or buy. available items.
Yeah,
Does that
yeah,
show
we're
up?
gonna have best match. I can go most recent. It's not gonna let me.
Earliest time. Do that. Yeah. Nope. Okay. Hit back. Well, let's just go through this here. There's a Smash Brawl. That was my item.
And it's not the reprint.
No, that's first print USA 100 UPC barcode.
Nice.
It's weird. It's I have to.
It's a
click
really
on it
nice grade. Made in Japan on this is so freaking rare.
It is.
And I have one. I'm not selling it. I bought a ton of these trying to figure out which variants they were because nobody could tell me, and it pissed me off. And so I was like, I'm going to buy every one of these between $50 and $75 until I get a stack and I can look at all of them. That's what I did.
I have a list. If you want to see it.
I do, but I think I figured it out. But
well, let's see the list.
You just bought every copy on the internet and you figured it out.
That's what I did. They were $50. So the Wi-Fi logo is first, but there are 5 different fucking Wi-Fi logos. So
yeah, and then there's the reprints that had the I think it's like they had the white ESRB logo.
Mm-hmm. And then there's these ones that weigh less that have a weird insert. Did you see those? That says download the instruction manual online.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
And they are essentially they're this copy right here. It's the same printing and everything, but they are. I don't know if it was a store sort of thing, like Walmart wanted to do something green and conserve paper, so they're like, don't put manuals in our games. I have no idea, but I don't know.
Well,
why those exist.
I actually I met the person who was responsible for doing away with manuals.
Did you grab them by the neck?
As a common industry practice in making manuals digital. So yeah, I didn't have a whole ton of time to talk to her, but yeah, pretty.
Wasn't Ralph Nader?
No.
Jill Stein.
Yes.
Was
sure.
it? Yeah.
No.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why those exist, but these are really cool. Made in USA. All the variants are hard. Fighting Game of the Year that has the logo next to the teen rating with the Wi-Fi logo at the top. It's got this logo that says Fighting Game of the Year. Is actually probably the hardest variant to find from what I've seen, other than the first Made in Japan one. Or Fighting Game of the Year Canadian print is also.
So 660 is probably low.
What other stuff sold for? I thought this would have sold for more. I've sold them for more. So
okay.
Let me check the Smash.
But it's an education thing, and this has no description on what this is in there. So.
Oh, it doesn't. Like
no, it says,
literally, it has no
it
description.
says.
Wow, I didn't even notice that before. So it doesn't say like, "Hey, this is a first print Super Smash Bros."
They don't want to say their first prints. They say their early production, but if you scroll down, there's no description here. There it is. Okay, first game in the immensely popular. Okay, added variant information in the brackets. Wi-Fi logo. So they added Wi-Fi logo in the brackets right there, but they really should say something like, "This is made in USA." UPC and have the part number to show like what that is.
Yeah, I mean they could go based on the revision letters too.
Yeah, that's what you can follow the UPC and the revision letters.
Yeah, because and you have to be kind of careful because the reprints also have revision letters, and there's like a reprint B, so you might think, oh, it's a B, it's a second print or something.
Right. That's the.
So
the reprint B is the one I'm talking about. Is that the fight? That B is Fighting Game of the Year. So you're thinking C.
No, there's 3. Okay, I'll read them off to you. There's the Rev A, USA.
Mm-hmm.
And then Revision B would be Fighting Game or USA Revision A. There's USA Revision B, which is Fighting Game of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
USA Revision C, USA Revision D.
Revision D is the white ESRB. Revision
Yes.
C is the add the French to the front on the ESRB.
Revision C is only English.
Where?
Revision B, Fighting Game of the Year, is English and French.
On the ESRB on the front?
Yeah.
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Because Fighting Game of the Year, it has the same TESRB.
So you're saying Fighting Game of the Year is only English?
Yes.
Unless I mistyped it. Okay.
Unless it's either these two are English and then, yeah, those two are English and then the third one is French and English. The ESRB is French and English on the front.
Okay. So there's Japan Rev A, right?
Yep.
And then there's USA Rev B reprint, and that one has a white ESRB. And then there's Canadian Rev A, Canadian Rev B.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
There's a Japan Rev B as well.
yeah. So a lot of the times people misclassify these because it has English and French ESRB, they'll be like, oh, Canadian version, which is not the case. It's just a NTSC U/C copy, which was sold. It only came that way, and it was sold in US and Canada. But there are copies that were designated Canadian copies, but on the back it'll say like CAN.
Yeah, Matt, flip this one over. Let's look at the back. Show you where it's at. So scroll down. See how there's by the UPC here, and then there's the RVLP, and it says USA. You can tell it's USA one, and then the revision number is there. So there's a 647 or 278A, right? And then Dan was talking B, C, D. Those are what you're looking at.
Oh, so when you're saying C and D, it actually have a C or a D here where that A is?
Right.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and so see then the part number down here where there's 00100.
Right here.
Not 99% of the time when they're 100, 101, 102, 103, they correspond with USA and the letter. So B would be 101, C would be 102, D would be 103, right?
Interesting.
Okay, and so those are going to be the made in USA ones, and they follow that chronological. So the Japan ones of these, the Japanese made in Japan, they'll say made in Japan. They'll say that number there, or it's a different number, and then there's an A and a B for Japan, and they're all zeros across here, and then it's 00, and then it's all zeros, and then a 1.
Right at the end.
Out there, yeah.
Huh.
And then the Canadian ones, they'll say the RVL letters, and then CAN, and then I don't know if they're made in USA or not, but they're Canadian versions, and then they have a completely different part number.
There's 2 reprints also.
Yeah, so how can I identify? I don't know about that, actually. Is it just the weight?
You know where it says, do you see where it says RVLP RSBE?
Yep.
Yes.
Right here.
Okay, so one of the reprints is RVLP RSBE USA.
Mm-hmm.
And the second reprint, I don't know which one came first because they're both revision B. One of them says RVLP GSB USA.
Okay.
Okay, that's not this one.
And also the number on them, one of them is 0001 and the other one is 00101.
Okay. So it's the 101 release. And
yeah. But
so is one made in Japan then?
They're both USA.
The 0001 would typically mean it's in Japan.
I've actually seen it where I think they mess up and they don't label them right because it's Metroid, like you said, 99% of the time.
Yeah, Metroid Prime Trilogy is made in Japan and it's 100.
Yeah, so it doesn't always match up.
Yeah, there's
Which is understandable.
it's
People,
a fairly good rule, but there are these areas where it doesn't make any sense.
yeah, for sure. It can throw you off for sure
Yeah.
if you're looking into it.
There are so many variants on Smash Brawl. It's crazy. A lot of times the variants have to do with some sort of printing on the back of these games. Yeah, so, okay. Or the front is different, or the rating's different. That's why they changed. They're different prints, different revisions.
Yeah, a good general rule to look out for is the white ESRB logo, because I've noticed a lot of people posting modern stuff lately, and they're like, "Oh yeah, first print," but I don't think they know about the ESRB. That's like the first thing you should look at. If a game was made before 2014, I think is when they started introducing the white ESRB. And let's say a game was released in 2010, but it's got a white ESRB, then you'll know that that was actually reprinted around 2013, 2014. So it's a reprint. So one that I've seen a lot lately is The Last of Us on PS3. There's a lot of people posting these copies of this right now, and a lot of the ones I'm seeing are white ESRB.
So how long did that white ESRB last?
They still use it today.
Even on like Xbox One?
Yeah.
Can
So
you see me at all?
Yeah, I can see you.
Yeah.
Okay, so can we maybe zoom in a little more on that one? On the ESRB?
Yeah, sure. One second.
On this one?
Yeah, on the one you're holding. Or yeah, Josh, the one you're holding.
Oh, here, let me stop sharing the screen and let's go to Josh. All right, hold on 1 second. There we go.
Can you see it?
Wait. Give me a second. It dropped me out. 1 second. Give me a second. I'm not sure what's going on here.
Sorry, I stopped sharing the screen share and then I switched over to
These came from a old friend, Kill Screen Games, Phil. He said I bought a bunch of shit from him. He just saves up sealed stuff for me now. I like that guy. He was old Nintendo age guy.
For some reason, let me try to get back to you guys because it like booted me off.
Thanks, dude.
Weird. Let me see if I've got you. I've got you on the list.
I can see you.
Yeah, I can see you.
I don't know why.
Shake your computer really hard.
I'm using two screens, so my icon was hidden. Okay, so let me see that one you were showing there again. Okay, yeah. So the E itself isn't going to be white. What's white about it is the top portion of it. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
So that's how you can tell a new ESRB from pre-2014 ESRB.
Uh-huh. So something say like that.
Oops.
Yeah, exactly. And if you show them side by side, I think it'd make more sense for people to kind of compare.
Yeah, and then the ESRB itself, the lettering it's just confusing as hell if you can't see them side by side, I guess.
You can overlap them.
Just overlap the case.
Oh, like that.
There you go. Oh, I see. So the top is
A little
black.
closer to the camera.
The top is black on the left, and then the other one's white.
Yeah, so that's how you can tell. So if you look at like the copies of The Last of Us, I'm using that as an example because I've seen a lot of them lately.
Yeah.
If you see the white top ESRB, that's the reprint. And that one's tough because that game actually originally came out in 2013.
Ooh.
So you're kind of jumping into this area where, you know, it came out in 2013. That's right on the cusp of like the ESRB changed, but it did have a black ESRB. So that's just something to look out for.
Cool. Never even heard of this thing.
There you go.
Surge.
Do you have a sealed Fatal Frame on Xbox, Josh?
No, I don't. God damn it. No, I don't.
Okay, I really want one.
Yeah, I need one of those.
Do we have time, or do you guys want to?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to show you something, but I know Josh is tired, so
I'm running on empty, but let's do it.
Go for
Let's
it.
do
Here,
it.
let me
I'll show you one last thing.
give you the spotlight here.
We need to do this again where it's not a heritage signature, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
I'm
make
glad
it
we didn't go
heritage.
too deep. We could have gone on forever on the heritage.
Oh my God.
Also, by the way, shout out to my buddy Jason, who owns a retro gaming store called Nostalgia Alley. It's in Petaluma, California. He kind of allows me to use his store as like a library. So I'll
Nice.
just walk in there. I look at basically look through all his stock, and I'm able to kind of research and look for variants and print runs, in his vast inventory. So if you're ever in the Bay Area, definitely check him out. Nostalgia Alley.
Yeah, it's Jason Morehouse, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I met him at Portland. He was looking at my Famicom box. I had it in my booth for sale.
Nice.
I almost bought it, but
Oh man.
I just gave it to a friend. So he's going to try to get just basic NTSC games to work on it. So
Nice.
we'll
That's
see.
awesome.
Yeah. Seems like a cool dude.
Yeah, definitely is. All right, cool. So let me show you one last thing and then we can go. 1 second. All right. So I'm sure you've seen this.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome.
I really want one sealed. Let's see. If you notice, there's a UPC sticker on the back of that.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's on the case. Now, if we pull it out, pull the cover out.
Oh, overlay.
There's actual UPC on there. And if you read the product code,
Yep.
2728.
One digit off. 01027 is the one on the cover.
Yeah.
And 01028 is the one on the sticker.
Yeah.
This is something that someone who might be sending this in for grading or just wants this in their collection, this is something that they remove. And that's why I like keeping stickers on sometimes, because it kind of gives you history on maybe what it's for.
Yeah.
And the reason this sticker's on there is because that UPC product code 01027 actually belongs to a different game. So they messed up. And that UPC belongs to this game.
Another Tecmo game.
Yeah. So
01027.
01027. So this and this have identical UPCs.
Huh.
How often do Fatal Frames get listed as Rygars on Amazon?
Lot. On Amazon, if you look on Amazon, there's actually reviews of people that are like pissed off and they're like, oh, I ordered Fatal Frame and I got Rygar instead, and they left like a bad review.
It's never the other way around.
Yeah, exactly. So it's because they go off of the UPC.
Right.
So that'll happen. But
that's cool.
Yeah. So there's a second print of Fatal Frame for that reason. With
a fixed UPC?
Yeah. So here's the fixed UPC Fatal Frame.
Okay.
01028.
Damn.
So this is
one of those now.
This is super hard to find sealed. I've seen the original error UPC a lot. Not a lot, but they're out there. I've yet to see one of these sealed.
So a later release one.
Yeah. The later's more rare.
So if anybody out there has one, I'm just curious. Check your collections. If you have one, let me know.
That's a cool.
Not to buy. I'm just curious if anybody out there has one, because I have not seen one.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty sweet.
Oh, universal product codes. How fun.
Man, I've learned a lot.
Yeah, this is very informative.
That is crazy. Now I got to dig through some more games. Dig through the rest of my Modern Warfare stuff. And then I'll send you pictures. I have those set aside, so I'll send you pictures of What does Xbox call these? A certificate.
COAs,
DOA.
COA, not a security strip.
COAs.
COA. Awesome.
You guys pick anything up cool?
Oh yeah. What are some
Yeah.
wins?
Show us what you got.
What are some wins, Josh?
I got
Josh,
a lot of stuff.
I had some stacks of like resealed crap here.
I know I got an Azric not for resale.
Yeah. that wins the day.
We got to figure out some way to get that to you, Matt.
No, but you need it too. I mean, I'll make you.
I have one already.
Oh, I'll make you profit on that. I have no problem. I don't care if you paid 50 cents. I'll make you profit. I don't care, but I would like one.
I got to show you the.
I got a sealed Willow
Ooh,
Nice.
from my buddy Max in Canada. It's like a 9.6. It's really nice. Finally got a Madden 93 that's not super ugly on Genesis. These are really hard to find. Still looking for a Madden 92. Still looking for a John Madden football for Genesis. Ask your friends. I will pay very well for either or. Picked up this little cool instruction Super Sprint rental store. Copy of Super Sprint.
I had like
Permastruct.
50 of those. I had like 50 of those covers, and I
used to throw this shit away, but now I'm like, man, they're so cool. I gotta. Whenever I see them, I'm gonna keep them because my rental stores in town here they had these, and I just remember always getting them and thinking like, this is bullshit. It's not an instruction manual. So, and Super Sprint's a rad game. So a rental copy of that from Far West Video in Crestwell, Oregon. So
nice.
It was now out of business, and I didn't buy their inventory. I bought somebody else's inventory, and they must have bought their inventory at one point. So keeping that. I got a bubble bobble for Game Gear, and I set it somewhere in this room, and I don't know where I set it. But shout out to Eric for hooking me up with that bubble bobble Game Gear, factory sealed. So
nice.
Yep.
Good pickups.
And I got a million other things, but those are cool ones.
I picked up something that I've been looking for a while, and they're kind of getting harder to get. But I'm glad I finally got it.
Thin gauge.
Yeah, the Elder Scrolls. Yeah,
I
think I saw you post that somewhere.
Did I post this already? Oh, it was on my Facebook, I think.
Oh, I think that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, I want to play this, but I can't now because it's sealed.
Exactly. Now I'm gonna have to buy a complete one.
There's some really hard to find N-Gage stuff. What a weird system.
Yeah, definitely a weird one.
Yeah.
What else did I get?
Maybe we can find you a complete one.
I picked this up. Let's see.
Nice.
This is the first print. There's two of these. The second print, if you're curious, I don't know if you're looking for one, but it's got a Konami. The second print has a Konami part number above the UPC. The first print does not.
Ooh.
Interesting.
See, I wasn't looking for one, but
now you are.
Yeah.
You can probably find one. I don't think they're that hard to find.
You can see him computing the numbers in his head and storing it in his database. It's
there now.
You can see.
Now when I'm flipping through all the shit, I'll be looking for one. I'll tell you what, there's nothing more satisfying these days than getting a box full of PS2 and Xbox 360 shit. Like, just scratch to shit discs and manuals and inserts. I love it. I don't know why.
I know you love those Hollywood video covers too.
Yeah, I got a new one. It's somewhere.
What'd you get?
Hold on, let me see if I can find it real quick.
What'd you get, Matt?
I did pick up a Skyrim. It's the 10 of 10 version. But I'm looking at the wrapper on this, and it's really weird. I don't know if you can see it. It's got a bit of an overlay here where it's wrapped up. And I'm starting to question it a little bit. Because did that happen a lot? I don't have a lot of games. It's like it's almost ran over further. So
yeah, I mean, I have seen it.
It's pretty rare though, I would think.
What is it?
Let's see if the UPC makes sense.
It just hung over a little bit.
Okay.
I can't really. Do you want to make your screen bigger?
Yeah. Let me.
I'll check it right now. Actually, if you give me a second.
I appreciate it. In fact, you can see the overrun right there.
Okay.
What are you talking about? The wrap?
Yeah, the wrap.
I've seen that before.
Okay. Well, it was just such nice wrap. I was like, please don't be a reseal.
What's the game?
It is. Hold on, Dan. You got those numbers?
9995052. If I'm reading that right.
Yep, correct. 572
052
923.
923.
Okay. Give me 1 second. Yeah, I mean the COA checks out.
Okay.
What's the part number on that one? It should start with it's at it's below the UPC.
Oh Lord.
It's real small, Matt.
Oh goodness. Man.
Put up on the camera, I can read it.
I don't know if my eyes are that good.
Zoom out. It's a focus. It is either a T as Z.
Oh yeah, so TZ81176
3GM
map.
AP.
So map means that it includes the paper map.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what WR means, but they all have that.
Huh.
Yeah.
Should be good.
Yeah, that one should be okay. I have seen where it hangs over like that. I don't think it's really a concern. Obviously, I can't hold it, so I can't tell you like the quality of the cellophane or anything. But
sure, it's close. It's just that concerned me because I haven't honestly seen that on a lot of games.
If you've ever worked with overwrap, well, since I reseal all my games, that will happen when you get to the end of what you're working with on the film. So if you got excess, you can not print it down properly.
I appreciate you looking at that for me. I didn't mean for that to be a. And then I had one other one. I just love it whenever I pick any of these up. They're always fun.
Is that sealed?
Yeah. I have it in one of these cases.
Oh, okay.
So I just didn't pull it out, mainly because I'm a neat freak. But yeah, I was just
on a sticker, huh?
No writing. I saw this and I was like, someone will bid it up, but I'll bid because it was just on auction. It ended up $67. I was like, who the hell wasn't watching this?
$67?
67. So that's why it's a win for me.
Definitely a win.
Yeah,
especially with no writing on the label.
Yeah. I saw that and I was like, because I hate it when it's like the numbers and then they like slash them out and
yeah. That's a great buy.
I was excited.
All right. Two Worlds.
Oh.
I don't know how different it is.
I don't know. I haven't seen that one.
South Peak, the real shitty company. So, yeah. And then I guess I'm doing PS3 now because I found one.
Oh, that one, the grenade is actually different. The smiley face on the grenade is different.
Oh, fantastic. That's what I wanted to hear. Are you making that up?
No, I swear to God.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. I have it on Xbox.
You're coming on every show.
Yeah.
So it's different on PS3 and Xbox.
From what it's for sure different on Xbox. And from what I remember, because I was looking to see if I could find a PS3, and I believe the PS3 one's also different.
Yeah.
So.
Did you see the 2K?
This is not a win.
Or not the 2K NBA Elite tonight. The case for 360.
I did not.
It was in Heritage.
Was it?
Yeah.
It was probably mine. Mine.
Was it I don't know if it was. I think you sold that to Sam, right?
I did. Does he still
I think
have
he
it?
still has his.
Oh, okay.
Unless it is, but yeah, I was the underbidder on it. I can't remember what it went for, but
A lot.
Don't tell me.
a little bit. Should have bought it
I'll
from
cry.
me. Yeah.
Well, it wasn't that a lot compared to the rest.
How many of those have you seen? Those ones.
A
That
few.
was it. Fuck.
I still have another new old stock PAL one that's unfolded.
Yeah. I'm just gonna wait to find one. I'll get one day. I'll stumble upon it. Somebody that just saved all their display inserts. Fingers crossed.
Yeah. You'll probably get one.
Probably not.
So I haven't forgot about giving this away to one of our viewers who's made a comment. I may even run comments below this YouTube this YouTube as well. Just an awesome comment. We're giving this randomly away to somebody who gives an awesome comment. I do need to go back on the other comments.
There were no awesome ones. It's okay.
Oh, okay. Well, we're still open to awesome
None were
comments.
awesome.
We'll send you a free game. Cost you nothing other than saying something hilarious or funny or cool or informational, and you get a free game.
Mhm.
Sealed. Dan says it's legit. Reseal.
It's a legit
legit reseal. And everybody has to thank Michael for giving that away because he is the Michael Allen. He is the 5th biggest fan of this show.
Who's the first biggest?
It's me. I don't know.
I
Do
don't
you
know.
count?
I don't count.
I don't. Maybe I just making numbers up, but he called himself the 5th biggest fan, so that's what.
It's probably Eric. Eric was number 1.
Nice.
Eric. Yeah, we can't give that to Dan. And not you, Dan. Dan Kaplan.
No, I think it was Justin Fowler. He commented 3rd or something like that. Sent me a message.
We would have loved to have the other Dan on the show.
Actually, I wouldn't have.
Oh, he was busy knitting. I love the Maple Leaves sweaters for his yearly wardrobe.
Nice.
So he couldn't come on the show.
Did you write that one down?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Matt writes these down every week.
I gotta come to you for excuses next time. These are great.
Okay. I got some good ones for later.
Dan, thank you for coming on the show.
Yeah, hey, thanks for making the time.
I love it.
Your
I got
information
like
is
12 new
insane.
things I need to look for.
Yeah, anytime, man.
Yeah. And I'll make you some money too on that.
Good. Yeah, we'll figure something out. No worries.
Awesome. I'm excited and stoked. Sweet. Thank you for making the time late on a Sunday. Thanks for everybody watching and listening and supporting the channel. Hate mail always goes to Josh. We'll leave his email and phone number in the comments below, so you can send them there. Thank you, everybody, again, and we'll see you again next time.
All right.